What is going on, guys, and welcome to a Big G review of Mordhau. It's just been finally released. It is a medieval madness of battle royales and clashes of medieval knights and archers and naked fist fighting. It is a lot of fun. Forgive me for the mouse displacement. I've been talking with Streamlabs on how to fix that. Unfortunately, I have an ultra-wide monitor that's causing the problem. So please forgive me. Please, I hope if you guys don't have an OCD about it. But anyway, guys, let's get on with the video. Now, I'm going to show you guys simple stuff like some of the armories, pretty much the basic default players that you can be. You got the Brigand, you got the Protector, the Huntsman, the Knight, the Raider, the Veteran, the Footman, the Scoundrel, the Engineer, and the unarmed or unnamed kind of guys are pretty much your default customization characters that you guys can select. You guys can click on it, you guys can make and edit the armor and all that kind of stuff. But these ones are pretty much a default. These ones you're probably going to use off the start. How you can edit them up, you're going to have to use coins that you get from games. So as you guys can see right here, that is how much I've racked up since level 4. But I wouldn't even bother trying to do that yet until you're higher level, because there is a lot of caps on certain weapons, and you're going to be a certain level to be able to do that. So most of the time, I just use what's already there, and they're a lot of fun. As you guys can see, it is a low-armored, high-speed swordsman. The Protector is high-armored, low-speed, shield, and I guess you could call it a mace. Huntsman is obviously an archer, low shield, high speed. The Knight is the complete opposite, but this time heavy armor and has a sword. The Raider is pretty cool. If you're a Viking or a Viking fan, you definitely would like the Raider. It's a lot of fun. You got the Veteran, the Footman, the Scoundrel, and the Engineer. Now, the Engineer allows, obviously, to be able to build stuff. They all have different kind of perks throughout the game. Obviously, a Huntsman has being able to shoot archers and all that kind of stuff, pick up arrows and that. Some people be able to throw fire bombs. I mean, you guys can learn bits and pieces, but I'll get straight into what I guess the first playthrough of a frontline is. That's probably the most fun that people have. So I'm going to search this up while we wait, and I'm just going to go through all these again. Now, you got 14 points, equipment points that you guys can have. Boom, straight into our first game. This is going to be fun. Now, the front line, you get to choose 2 different teams. The Iron Company or the Free Guard. Now, depending on how many players are on each team, it kind of makes it, level itself out, balances out each team. So you can't really select, it kind of makes you select one anyway. So it kind of randomizes which one you want to be. But for this, I guess this playthrough, I'm going to play as the Knight. I do really enjoy the Knight. And we'll spawn straight in here. It looks like it's already Battle Royale as it is. So, as you guys can see, we're just running along now. There is a basic tutorial on how to use weapons and all that kind of stuff. So, as you guys can see, we're going to be fighting this out. Nope. He's going to be trying to attack my teammates now. He's going to fight me. And as you guys can see, it's pretty much a 32 on 32 player base, and it is full on. There's archers that shoot from a distance, and as you guys can see, they lose their freaking head. You can chop them up while they're down, stuff too. You can just, if you really want to bring havoc to a dead body, you can. There also is, as you guys can see, bridges that you can fight on. You do get fall damage, so try not to fall down. But it's a lot of fun fighting on a bridge. It's really close quarter combat. As you guys can see, I'm fighting these guys up here with this guy. Help my teammate out here. You can block and shield. Ooh. And I fell off and committed suicide. So I fell through the hole in the floor, in the bridge, and managed to fall off there. So it is a really, really fun game once you get the hang of it. Obviously, you're probably going to die a lot at the start, because a lot of these people have been playing pretty much since release. But this is a lot of fun. I think Frontline's by far probably one of my most favorites. And the Archer. I'll show you guys the Archer next, and the stuff that you can do with an Archer, and I'll go through the Scoundrel and Engineer as well for you guys to have a bit of a playthrough. So you guys can obviously just mess around with a lot of them. As you guys can see here, I think this guy's trying to pick up health. Come on, buddy. Come on, me and you. Oh, he got me then. Blocked it. Come on, buddy. Got him. Yeah, look at that. Now I can pick up the health too. You can see that a lot of health gets dropped on the ground. See ya. Did he die? Surely he died. I think he died, yeah. I think he fell off the edge. Now, most people, there is no voice chat in this game, but you notice that... Oh my god. You'll notice that a lot of players like to squat up and down for a bit of... You can do team fight as well. As you can see, I took team damage there. But you can, kind of, the only way to communicate with another player, do your 1v1, is most players try and squat up and down, and that is pretty much how you... Yeah. You pretty much squat up and down like this, and you pretty much try and start a 1v1, but it never really happens like that. Most of the time you have like 5 or 6 players, like you can see here, run behind you and just swarm the person you're trying to fight. Now, there's another one as well. You can be a horseman. Now, you don't have to be any type of specific class to be on a horse. You just got to find the horse and you can jump on it. So as you guys can see, the main battle area, is completely hectic. And it also gives you a tally between each person that you kill as well. So as you guys can see down the bottom there, it says me, I've killed that person 0 times, and they've killed me 1 time. Now, throughout this battle, you'll rack them up, you'll kill people, and they'll kill you, and it tells you how many times you've killed each other, which is pretty cool. And we got victory. And then I died to fire, even better. But that's pretty much the basics of the front line. The front line is a lot of fun. Now, I'm going to go into more of a playthrough with another character now. As you guys can see, you rack up gold, you get experience, and your rank starts to go up, which is pretty cool. And you also get to vote for a map. It's not completely random. There's 4 different maps every time. I'm assuming later on they'll bring out a lot more maps, but I'm pretty sure at the moment Tiger and Mountain Peak are the 2 favorites that get chosen a lot as well. And there's Camp and Grand. Grand, I think Grand is the least favorite, but Mountain Peak was one we just played on, and Tiger is another really, really fun one to play. Now, frontline is pretty much just capture the checkpoints, progress forward, and, you know, fight each other in medieval style. Now, you got to really look out for archers and horsemen because they will absolutely dominate you. Now, I did tell you guys we would do the archers this one, so we could spawn at any random point. If we capture a checkpoint, you can spawn at that checkpoint. So you can only spawn at checkpoints that you have cleared, or the base checkpoint, which is right at the very end where we just spawned now, which is the base spawn point for both teams. And as you guys can hear, the war cries that go on with this game. It is a lot of fun. There's a lot of war cries and a lot of things that get said in this game that make you laugh. As you guys can see now, they're starting to repair. Got the repair hammer out, starting to repair and build a fort to protect against the oncoming forces. Now, first things first, as an archer, I probably shouldn't be pushing the front line. I probably should be waiting for my teammates, the knights and stuff. I mean, the archer is seen as a bit of a pussy. I guess you could say it is seen as a bit of a pussy, but that was well and truly high. But you kind of want to keep your distance because you are very, very weak in this fight. You're very, very weak. Now, you'll see if you hold the drawstring back too long, that you will actually cancel your... They'll come straight for you. As an archer, yeah, so as an archer, it's really hard. You're really going to stay back because they will just run straight for you. Most knights or horsemen will just run for the archers because they're pretty much one shot. It's really hard to defend as an archer. You do have a cleaver as a secondary weapon. So now, as you guys can see, I can spawn at the second checkpoint. You do have a cleaver as a secondary weapon, which you can defend off and block. But if you do have your longbow out, you cannot shield with the longbow. So you're pretty much just sitting duck if you do get caught out with the longbow out. So you really want to avoid being seen and avoid being caught out with your longbow in your hands. So that's a little bit of a tip in case you guys are wanting to be an archer. Oh, and there you go. One sinks out behind you and you're pretty much dead. Now I'm going to move on to I think the Scoundrel is a really cool one to play as well. If you don't mind setting traps up and stuff, the Scoundrel is a really, really good one to play. I'm going to spawn over here. So the Scoundrel has the Rapier, which is kind of like, I guess, an old pirate sword. It looks pretty cool, which you could use that. His secondary weapon is a firebomb, a bear trap, and your fists. So he does have a lot of perks. So if you're into a battle, get into a bit of a battle, you want to drop this bad boy down in here. You can't be seen, and you get one shot. Yep, that's what happens. You just get literally one shot. That is a downfall. Obviously, armor does play a huge role in trying to stay alive. But I guess, but you do have a lot more speed, a lot more movement with the less armored characters, or I guess you could say designs or characteristics or whatever you guys want to call it, which is pretty cool. It does really give some... That is my teammate, and I just took 50 damage for almost killing my teammate. I'm an idiot. I forgot I was on the blue team. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go to the next one, and it's the engineer. Now, the engineer is more of a building default character, which is pretty cool. As you guys can see, you can put down little archer holes. I'll probably set one up over here somewhere. You can set them up on the buildings. You can set them up all over the place. You can set them up in here. There is really no restrictions as long as it's like a flat surface. You can pretty much, you can put in doorways to block people from coming in, and stop people from coming out. You can really do that and really protect the archers. Or you can like set up on stairs or doorways and whatnot, and like here, and kind of block it off. So what you need to do once you place it down, put down both of these. I have 3, so I can put down another one if I want to. And they kind of just like build themselves. That's pretty much it. You don't have to hammer them or anything. They just build themselves. And that is the first one as a toolbox. You can grab some more, I think, as well. If you go over here, I'm pretty sure you might be able to grab some more supplies. You can. So I can actually get 3 more now just from going to the resupply. And you can just keep dropping these down wherever the hell you want, pretty much. And they'll just kind of build themselves. And the next one is the loot. If you want to run around and play songs for the team, you can. It's quite annoying, but most people will just go and kill you for the sake of killing you. And also you got the repair hammer. So you're pretty much just a repair and building of the forts and all that kind of stuff for the team. There's really no way to do damage. I guess unless you want to use your fists, then you can do that. But you're pretty much a backline person. You just build up, you do your thing, and then everyone else is run in. I like to be the engineer as a starting role, just to help build a little bit and build up the forts to protect what we have. And then you can, obviously when you die, you can always change back. But it's always good for someone or a couple of people to be the fort. Now, I'm going to grab the hammer out, and if you want to, if this does get damaged, you can repair it back by smashing it a few times. Let me see if I can beat this guy out with my goddamn fist. Yeah, you can't defend with fists. I'm going to run, because they're going to try and take me down. Can get some resupply in here. Toolbox out the ready. I should block them off. And as you guys can see, there's more health on the ground here. I'm going to grab that. And what a majestic battle this is. Of course, you really got to watch out for the horses, though, because they will come up behind you. Oh! It's so good to watch all the individual fights that go on. This guy's probably going to go straight for me here. Maybe. Get my fists out. Trying to punch him up. Get that kill. Oh, I accidentally killed my own teammate with 8 damage. Damn it, I at least gave him 6 damage. And that's pretty much the playthrough. I showed you guys. The footman's really cool. Footman's probably what I would use for the horse. He has a longer range hit. Is there any horses around? There is no horses around. So normally what happens is when you spawn, there is one there. So as you guys can see, you'll see a white horse, which means it's an unmanned horse that you guys can actually get on and ride. I might be able to get over here and try and get on it, but by the time I get over, I think someone might already take it. But you can always try your best to get on a horse. Once you do get on a horse, it is a lot of fun to ride around and try and spear people. It does a lot of damage when you're on a horse. You can almost one-shot people if you get the right hit. gonna try and run through the battle. I see the horse. I'm gonna try and get there on the horse. Get away from me. And we got on the horse. So now you guys will be able to see what a footman is like on the horse. But the horse is quite difficult to ride from time to time, so you want to try and back that up. There we go. Well, I just killed my own teammate. And you don't want to get yourself caught up as well. That is another thing you do not want to do. If you get caught up on a horse in the enemy front line, you're just going to get killed. They're going to charge you down and just kill you anyway. But the thing is, the really good thing about the death scene is that you can actually move around. You can actually zoom in on battles if you just want to like chill out for a second. You don't have to always be in the battle. Like I can zoom around and see where the archers are and stuff. I'm not sure if this is a good thing for the enemy team, or obviously they can see the same as well. So you can see where people are hiding out. If you died by someone, you can find out where they were hiding and then come back and try to find them. But guys, I hope you really did like this little quick playthrough. And let us know what you guys think down below. If you guys are going to play it, we did just release 4 of our own servers, and the server link will be down below. So thank you guys so much for watching. Big G out.